All right. Welcome. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, pretty
Um,
good.
Great, great. So let's get started with client updates. Zoom team. I think Gajender said he was going to be out. Anshul, I believe you were
Yeah,
going to take lead. Hey,
yeah. Hey everyone. So on the theme side, we fixed a couple of issues that we noticed during the long-running DevNet. So these issues weren't critical because the Zeem node was panicking and was able to restart on its own. But we figured out the bugs from the logs and have fixed them. Apart from that, our work on DevNet 3 is on track. We aim to merge the PR hopefully by the end of this week. Uh, and apart from that, like there have been some housekeeping work related to the client and the upgrades that have been rolled out on the Ziglang. So we have been working, updating as per the latest releases on that front. Yeah, that's about it on the client side of things. Apart from that, I had discussed this on the spec group as well. Like I'll be taking up lead on rolling out a spec for DevNet 4. So as soon as like ML comes up with a lean VM update that supports recursion, so I'll raise a PR with the aggregation and stuff.
brilliant. Thank you, Anshul. Ream team.
Sweet. So as for DevNet 2, over the long running DevNet, we had finality for 3 hours. The and so we have found some minor issues with stability uh from the logs, and we're fixing that ASAP. Uh, and that should be all for DevNet 2 from our side. As for DevNet 3, we have gotten committee aggregation implemented in Ream. We got all the networking stuff done as well. We're doing some minor stuff on the validator and chain side, and then we should be ready to interop on DevNet 3. And oh yeah, we'll be although I'm in favor to finish all the stability issues and get like at least one good long running DevNet on DevNet 2 before we jump to DevNet 3 interop. However, well, like we're good to work either way. As for and then we got a PR merged into the lean spec for SSE test vectors, and then we tested it against our client in Ream, and that seems to work pretty fine. And we got spec tests implemented with DevNet 3 as per the spec, and that works fine as well. So yeah, we should be good for DevNet 3 in I mean by next week hopefully. Let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Sheree. Clean.
Yeah, hello everyone. From our side, yeah, mostly we're focused on DevNet 3. Yeah, we currently have a PR. Yeah, just checking it for stability. I mean, just running our own networks. I think soon we'll be able to also kind of start interoping, checking like how we work with other clients. So yeah, aside from that, yeah, we're doing some work on checkpoint sync. Yeah, it is still kind of also in the form of PR. Just want to run some final tests and yeah, merge that as well. Yeah, and just also yeah, doing some work on spec. Yeah, it's still missing aggregation propagation. So and some tests were skipped during my PR with committee aggregation. So yeah, just unskipping these tests and yeah, soon should be ready. I think that's all from our side. Yeah, just quick side note. I might not be available on the next call. Maybe call after the next call. Yeah, I'll be in Argentina for 2 weeks, so don't lose me. Yeah, then I'll be back soon. Yeah, that's all from our side. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Camille. Lantern.
Yep. Thanks, Will. Hi, everyone. So yeah, basically have been fixing intro bugs for DevNet 2. Basically noticed issues in fork choice. There were some minor spec discrepancies. and as well as there were cases where Lantern just couldn't sync new blocks. It was essentially just stuck in a sync mode, but I've fixed those issues. And currently I'm focusing on implementing the committee aggregation PR, and as well as making sure tests are implemented. And then once that is done, basically the plan is to run local DevNet 3 with only Lantern nodes to check if like the chain can justify and finalize before releasing DevNet 3 image. But yeah, that's the plan for this week. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Mihir. Eth Lambda.
Yep. Okay, for our update, this last week we were mostly working on more fixes to the issues found on the lecture. We changed the file we load the validator site from, so it's the same as the other clients. Now we use config.yaml. We also added a sanity check for invalid attestations due to a lagging safety target. We noticed SIM had some handling for that. Now we do the same as them. We skip those slots and just log a warning, which helps with debugging those cases. We also fixed the parsing of peer IPs. Previously, we were only receiving inbound connections. Now that's fixed. Lastly, we finished adding checkpoint sync with Lambda. We added some improvements to the backfilling logic. We noticed some bugs there, and also added support for multi-block requests. We also started work on DevNet 3, which should be finished this or next week.
Thanks, Jamal. Geen.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. So basically, we're currently wrapping up implementation basically for integrating LimSeq for DevNet 1. We're currently wrapping up working basically on the raw script and also having Go bindings for basically integration with LimSeq for key generation, message signing, and also signature verification, alongside also delivering other requirements for DevNet 1. So yeah, basically that's it from our end.
Great, thanks very much. I'll just kind of do a general call for Lighthouse Grandine or Nimbus. I don't know that I see any contributors on the call, but feel free to speak up if you're here. Very well then. Excellent. So any retro or anything that people want to talk about with the long-running DevNet? I was out last week. I don't recall if I was for DevNet 2. I don't recall if that was discussed. I know that there were some efforts around setting up infrastructure and things of that nature. I don't. If not, we can move on to specifications. Katya.
Yeah, hello everyone. So regarding DevNet 2, I'm going to restart the DevNet today. I see the fresh image from Reem. So I'm going to test the sync as well because we're soon will switch to DevNet 3. If anyone wants also to test their sync, let me know. Tell me in the tooling.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to specs, research. Is there anything, Tama, Emil, that you guys want to table and kick us off with discussions?
Yeah, we have on my side, I have continuously working on the spec, adding some tests, simplifying some stuff, working on fixing bug for the minimal client. Last week, we had Interop test working inside the CI, meaning that the lean Python client was able to interop with itself. which was like a pretty good step. Then we had like the DevNet 3 PRs that broke a bit things, but this is totally normal. And now I think that Camille is fixing this, so that is very good. So we are making progress on this. Same with the book. We are making progress on this as well. We had also a bunch of podcasts and stuff last week to discuss a bit more what we are doing. So that it is good news also that the public is taking care of everything we are doing. On the LeanVM side of things, I let you, Emil, comment.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. On my side, I am been working a lot on recursive aggregation. It's not finished yet, so I don't have a stable API yet. It's quite tricky in practice. The best idea, I think, at least from an efficiency point of view, is probably the following API. There will be something like a Merkle hash of all the public keys and probably a list of indexes of the public keys rather than a bit field. It's equivalent, but when passing the data to the zkVM, would probably be on the form of a list of public key indexes rather than a bit field, and probably a hash of a list of public key indexes. Anyway, it's not finished yet, but I hope it will be for the next call. Yes, thanks.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, Tomas, I was watching your block interview. Very, very cool to see. Everyone should give that a review if you have time. Tomas, with the minimal client, you said it's self-interoping. Naive question, but are you sort of working that through the progression? So would that be sort of like on par with DevNet 0, where that was just kind of like the minimal viable interfacing between multiple clients, and then you'll make it more and more spec complete?
No,
Progressing through?
because it should be directly compliant with the latest version of the spec, because I use like the fork choice and everything directly for the spec. So this directly beneficiate for all of the improvement from the spec. So this is directly linked to the spec. And when I say that it interrupts with itself, is that in fact we already had these sub-spec folders with the fork choice rules, the finality, the XMSS and stuff, and I just added on top the required components such as like the peer-to-peer layer, some syncing mechanism, some CLI, and so then it interrupts with itself like that. But it will always be the latest version of the DevNet. That is cool.
Very cool. And I see that the DevNet 3 high-level design doc got merged. And Mercy, I believe you still have a checklist open. Is that something you're trying to get feedback on?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for it to get merged or for client teams to have it take on it.
Okay, great. Yeah, if people want to give that a review, here is the link. Okay. Any other discussion items that people would like to table?
I was
Yeah,
hoping I could demo the lean point tool. I couldn't do it last week, but I could do it now if everybody are okay with it.
yeah, that'd be great.
Some send through a. I'm hoping you can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah, so this is like, I believe I was reading like a checkpoint sync.
Yeah.
tool?
Can you see the entire desktop or just the browser?
We see your console, or
We
like your
see
IDE
Oh,
cursor.
right now.
okay, awesome. So yeah, lean point is the lean Ethereum's equivalent of the checkpoint Z tool. The idea is for a tool to serve the latest finalized slot that other clients can consume. We've always had this problem with long-running devnets that when we are running a devnet, suddenly one of the clients crashes due to out-of-memory error or some other error, and we had to restart the entire devnet, and we cannot really restart one single client from a particular slot where the actual failure was. So this tool will hopefully help us solve that problem. Right now, I'm demoing this with all Zeem instances. I have 5 instances of Zeem which I had spin up, and this is the validator config. I'm using Lean Quick Start to spin this up. So when I do this, run this command, you would notice that there would be 4 instances of Zeem that would spin up here, um, each identified by a particular, validator ID. I presume you can see orb, stacks thing console right now. So
Yep.
you can see the chain is still not initialized, but I'll leave this running for a while, and I will show you the current. So this is the local instance of the UI. This comes with a basic UI, which would continuously poll all of these clients every 5 seconds to determine what is the latest justified and finalized thoughts. Obviously, it has the clients have to implement the necessary endpoints for these cases. So I had left this running for quite some time. So it's there. I haven't. So let me restart this container, and then you would see this. Just a moment. Yeah. So this is started up again. I'm waiting for the chain. It's still. So yeah, you can see the latest justified slot is 6, and we are waiting for the finalization, which should hopefully happen after slot 12. Uh, I'll leave it running for a bit longer, but you would start seeing this tool report the latest number after it receives at least 50%. Yeah. So yeah, so the latest finalized slot is now 12. Um, I'll leave it running for a little bit more for it to pick up. So yeah, so it started to report the latest finalized slot after it has received consensus from at least 50% of the nodes. Now, my intention is, if you notice here, there's a separate validator client called Zeem4, which I did not start at the beginning. Now, what I will be doing is to consume this endpoint, the checkpoint Z endpoint with, and try to initialize the state of this particular client using that. So, which is what I've done right now. If you notice, it's automatically initialize this with 18, and it continues to process everything as it's supposed to be doing. There are some errors which we have to address here where it still says unknown block sender, but it's initialized from the last finalized slot it saw here. So we are hoping once all clients implement this checkpoint sync Z and they have support for this, we hope to provide this under this URL leanpoint.leanroadmap.org. And if at all there's a crash sometime of your client on the devnet, what you could do is reach out to either Katya or me. We would stop your container alone on the devnet, and you could probably test this using the checkpoint sync Z URL that we provide here. This would be the endpoint essentially. You could test this locally on at your end, and once you're happy that your fix is working as expected, we could then restart your container on the devnet from the point again where the current chain is supposed to be in. So yeah, that's the demo I wanted to show. Thank you.
Can I ask like
Yeah.
yeah, I probably missed that. What is the URL like we should use for the maybe
Yeah,
that we can use basically to check or to test our checkpoint sync?
I'll just share that in this chat. It's leanpoint.leanroadmap.org.
Yes, but this points to the website. It's
Yeah, under that at the bottom you can specify the finalize. It'll provide you with an
yeah,
SSZ
yeah,
hash.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, great.
Any other questions? I'm happy to respond.
Very cool, Partha. So just curious what if you have other features, enhancements that you're thinking about building out for this, additional information that you want to track.
Not immediately. I mean, the idea right now is to make Lean Point a bit more stable. There are certain issues that I noticed while testing this specifically on the local DevNet. Hopefully, once we start doing this more on the long-running DevNet, when all clients have implemented checkpoint sync, we'll have more features that we could think of and add. And I was hoping another tool which would be nice to have for, I mean, Lean Ethereum is probably our own block explorer. Extending what Dora does. But yeah, that's probably for some time later. Dora. Sorry.
No, he's trying to say
Oh yeah, I saw. I got
Mm.
it. I got it.
Skinny door. Very cool. Anything else? Anyone have any other topics that they would like to discuss? Gotcha.
Yes, regarding DevNet 3 metrics, I'm working on it. We'll share the PR soon in the tooling channel this week. Hopefully tomorrow or and I have a question to the team. So I opened a PR to delete annotated validators YAML, but it turned out that Lambda team uses it. So I wonder if any other clients use this or we are moving to deprecate it.
As far as I'm aware, it's used in Zeem as well.
Okay, we'll check it. Yeah, if other clients, if you need just to check it, please let me know in the tooling channel. I have a discussion there. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, I doubt Reem uses it.
I just want to know for sure because yeah, if I don't want to damage any clients, like if someone needs it, so we will leave it here.
Yeah, so on the Lantern side, we're not using it. Yeah.
All right. I think sounds like maybe that's it for the day.
Yeah,
Community.
yeah, maybe just 2 minutes. Just it's not really asking anything or yeah, just want like yeah. Last week I shared this analysis. It's basically we tried to use some simulations using clean under shadow And yeah, basically here you can see that what networks parameters we choose, like basically it's very similar to EAP 7870, where we have like 50 megabits download, 25 upload. So it's very, very similar to that. And yeah, just for everyone's information, so we couldn't scale further than 64 validators. The reason is I assume it's too large. The blocks are too large and it's very hard to propagate them fast enough. So basically we see, for example, there is a correlation that sometimes we have the block is too large, we cannot propagate it in time, and then because well it was not propagated, then well the finalization didn't happen as expected, and then next block could actually have multiple aggregated proofs, not just one. This is DevNet 2, by the way. So we see, for example, because of that, in slot 13 we had a block with basically 3 aggregated proofs. So oh no, it's actually even 4, I assume. So because yeah, the size is 1 megabyte, and yeah, we see that it's propagate to reach 90% of nodes. It took almost 3 seconds. That's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, you can read more. Yeah, I can share the link if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, basically we see that yeah, we need to if we want to scale, yeah, to either I don't know update our assumptions about the bandwidth. Yeah, I will try to run more tests with maybe increased bandwidth, maybe 2x, 3x from what we have here, to see how better it is in that case. And at some point, maybe I don't know, DevNet 5, DevNet 6, to start working on yeah, some better better like propagation logic for the proofs and also for the blocks. Yeah, I saw a paper by I think Benedict Denbonne and some other guys about RLNC encoding and how to sign messages in that. That may be something interesting to explore. Yeah, just sharing an update. So that's something I think worth working at some future if we want to scale. I mean, beyond just 60 validators. Yeah, thanks.
I have a very basic question. Uh, why why are there multiple aggregated proof on a single
Yeah.
block?
Yeah, that's I think something we introduced in DevNet 2. Maybe Anshao is better to explain this, but basically, if we, for example, we try to collect all that my understanding, but Anshao can correct me. So we try to kind of, if for example, our proof only proves signatures for 90% of validators, for the remaining 10% of validators, we try to attach proofs from the previous blocks. Maybe at some point we can get rid of this logic to kind of make blocks smaller, but this is how it is in DevNet 2, and this is how it's going to be in DevNet 3.
If this is important to have proofs of different block levels, I don't know, we can always aggregate those proofs again and again to keep it as lightweight as possible.
Yeah, but
Yes.
right now we don't have recursive aggregation. That's why it has been made such that I think with
Yeah, of course, yeah.
with DevNet 4 we'll just have a single proof. So we'll get rid of this, and it was like just a temporary thing. I think we'll get rid of it in DevNet 4.
Okay, perfect. So in the future, the size of a block we mainly be the size of one aggregated proof, if I understand
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
So basically, in the simulations, we could assume that the block size is 256, or even optimistically closer to 128 kilobytes, maybe.
We can try to reduce this. Yeah. We actually, in our simulation, we used fake XMSS and fake XMSS aggregation. We can play with like signature sizes, aggregation rates for signatures and for proofs. So yeah, it's pretty flexible.
All right.
Excellent. If nothing else, we will call it a call. All right.
Yes.
Looking forward to what, DevNet 3 later this week. Sorry, Shriek, cut you off.
No, I was just saying amazing.
Cool. All right, folks.
All right,
Bye.
have a great one,
Take
guys.
care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yes,
Good
bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.